Coming up, what the CDC's change in masking guidelines means for you.
Plus, Governor Kristi Noem travels to the U.S.-Mexico border. Why she says National Guard members deployed to Texas are protecting people in South Dakota. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A person was arrested in Turner County on Tuesday after a woman stated she was being held captive for several days and had escaped. Just after 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, a deputy with the Turner County Sheriff's Office was called to a church in Marion where the woman was. She told the deputy that she was punched and kicked several times over the last few weeks and was choked earlier in the day.
She also told the deputy a description of the suspect's car. Another deputy found the car and pulled it over. The suspect was arrested without incident. The suspect faces multiple charges, including aggravated assault and first-degree kidnapping.
One person is dead following a water rescue at Memorial Park in Rapid City. Authorities say witnesses told them someone went into the pond and then disappeared under the water. Within an hour, crews pulled a body out of the water.
Emergency services tried to resuscitate the man, but he died at the scene. Authorities urge everyone to take precautions if you head to the water to cool off in the heat. This week's heat is causing 2 attractions in southeast South Dakota and northwest Iowa to close. Wildwater West will be closed today due to extreme temps. The water park also closed early last night.
Over on Lake Okoboji, Arnold's Park announced it will be closed as well today due to the hot temperatures. Now let's check in with meteorologist Scott Munt to see just how hot it could get today. Good morning, Scott.
Well, good morning. Just like what we had yesterday. Numbers in the 90s and the 100s. That's what we have going in our forecast for today. Today will be the peak of the heat. Many locations in eastern KELOLAND a little warmer than what we had yesterday. 80s do return for this weekend, and that will last into next week. And we're looking at a chance for that rain come Friday. We'll have more details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. South Dakota may extend the time of National Guard troops currently at the Texas border, according to Governor Kristi Noem.
She says illegal drugs flow across the border here into a couple of South Dakota Indian reservations, where the state has no jurisdiction.
Yeah, I think our biggest problem in South Dakota is meth. Heroin's a problem. Fentanyl is a huge issue because of the deadly force of it. But we also have trafficking and human trafficking that happens quite a bit.
Governor Noem says she's trying to figure out if the state can afford to extend the current National Guard deployment. She says South Dakota will also ask the state of Texas to reimburse part of the cost. Meanwhile, 125 National Guardsmen will be sent to the border later this year at the request of the federal government. The latest mask guidance issued this week by federal health officials is calling for some people to start wearing masks again, even if you're vaccinated. A doctor with Rapid City's Monument Health says the COVID Delta variant can be transmitted if you are vaccinated, but there is protection from hospitalization and death.
To prevent further transmission, the guidance says you should wear masks indoors in areas where the community spread is high.
Those small cases in between the waves or outbreaks are actually setting the stage for the next outbreak. And so it is very important for us to continue to be very vigilant, careful, especially indoors and crowded indoors. Outdoors, the risk is extremely low, so that part is okay.
The CDC also recommends indoor mask use for all teachers, staff, students, and visitors to schools, regardless of vaccination status. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today as we watch the fronts here. An approaching cold front coming in from the northwest. So today's weather right ahead of that. That's where we're going to maximize this heat. 100s, very common. So please be careful and just take extra precautions today with this extreme heat. Thunderstorm chances will continue to ignite in Minnesota, even more so into Wisconsin tonight. Here, we are watching some chances of widely scattered showers or thunder showers trying to edge east tomorrow. Rapid might get included with some of that here first, but then by Friday, that's our better chance of rain. You can see this belt of showers and some embedded thunder coming in from the northwest, and we've been advertising this quite a few days now. The placement of this is very critical, though. It's very important that if you want to maximize some rain, you've got to get under the trajectory of that as it moves from northwest to southeast. Now, the trends are shifting a little farther north, so that does put Sioux Falls in a little better position today versus yesterday on getting measurable rainfall. However, Aberdeen, still a little ways to go, so we're playing it kind of cautious that far north. Here's kind of the banding that you see there on Futurecast. And again, at this point, Rapid is still in the game there for some rain, but certainly that clearly shows some northward changes a bit. So we'll continue to watch that on Futurecast. Also, the bottom line is cooler weather. After today's 100 in Sioux Falls, 89 tomorrow, 85 on Friday, 86 Saturday. Now, rain could actually lead us to lower temperatures Friday. If our confidence goes up, we're going to end up chopping that number. And there are a couple days early next week. I wouldn't be surprised to see cooler as well. For now, for Aberdeen, because we're leaving the forecast mainly dry, we're going to keep 80s for highs, very consistent throughout the 7-day forecast. And for Pierre, after 105 today, 91 will feel cooler. A few widely scattered hits of rain are possible as early as tomorrow. Better shot on Friday. That's also true for the Black Hills and Rapid City, where 60% chances of rain are now in the forecast for Friday, and it looks like 80s in early next week. Find out more coverage with this weather forecast online at KELOLAND.com. Stay cool and have a great day.